say, CONvergence welcome Big Fun Radio Funtime, and bring up the stage lights. That'd be great. Yeah, we're not missing them. They're back there. If they hear somebody, if they hear us get announced that we're starting, they'll probably come running up. I have faith.
But when I do.
Thank you, one. Thank you, places.
Okay. Yeah, don't.
Oh yeah, it certainly is not bad.
Usually very, like, it starts to step up. And it's very...
CONvergence welcomes Big Fun Radio Funtime.
Good evening and welcome to Big Fun Radio Funtime at CONvergence 2024. This year's theme is Everyone's Invited, and it is so great to see so many of you accepted the invitation to be with us tonight. This is our 10th year performing Big Fun Radio Funtime at CONvergence. At least we think it is. Honestly, we haven't been counting. But we wanted to make the show feel extra special. So, like, did we get pins or a special badge ribbon or something, Tim?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, we can just say it's our 10th year next year and do it then, right?
Sure.
Nobody will remember anyway. So now, whether you've been with us all 10-ish years or this is your first time, we need your help. Not designing the badge ribbon, we'll probably just have Chris do that.
I'm sorry, what?
No, we need you to make it sound like we have a gigantic audience in here. So... It's all a plot so Greg Weissman will notice us and maybe cast us in his radio play without making us audition. It's what we in the Big Fun Radio Funtime family call the show.
Hey.
Suck it.
Hey.
So when you see Jerry hold up an applause sign, we need you to applaud and whoop and holler. Yes, like this is the best thing you've seen all con. Because it is. Because this is probably the first thing you've seen at the con. You don't even have to wait for the sign. Sometimes you may just notice we're finished and you can go ahead and applaud then.
The sign's coming. There it is.
Your laughter is also important, so please laugh as if nobody is listening. Except they are, because this is radio. But pretend they aren't. So, now, we return to the comfortable realm of our favorite adventurers as we present The After Party, Part 8.
Welcome to the Candlekeep Inn. What can I get you?
I'd like an ale.
I would also like an ale.
Ale is beer, right?
Ale is most definitely not beer.
Well, what's the difference?
No one sounds badass when they're ordering a beer.
Okay, then. I, Clopethia the Chaste, shall have an ale. If it's not too much trouble.
Bring me Humble Toes Crickenbanks and ale.
My name is Grandy the Cleaver, and I want an ale.
Gog beer.
Gog!
Gog already badass.
Well, I guess we're all saying our names now, so hello, I am Mira the Well-Endowed. Do you have any artisanal ale?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, you know, some sort of local microbrew, or perhaps something with special strains of hops, or perhaps something that comes in a very extravagant bottle.
Extravagant bottle?
Or cold brewed? Is that a thing?
So you want an expensive beer?
Yes. I would think it would cost more than a regular beer.
Yeah, I can do that.
Wonderful.
6 regular ales and 1 expensive ale coming up. Elves.
Well, when the drinks arrive, we shall have to celebrate the newest addition to our party.
Well, thanks. I'm really happy to be here.
Gog thought 1 Nemix was almost too many, but for some reason, 2 Nemixes is better.
Now, wait a minute. What was wrong with me as a singular entity before, Gog?
Gog liked Nemix very much, but there were times when Nemix could have cast a fireball spell and didn't cast a fireball spell.
Well, that explains why Gog used that Ring of Wishes to wish for a second Nemix who could only cast Fireball once per combat.
And here I am.
Look, not all situations call for a fireball spell, Gog.
Gog cannot think of any.
Now, the only problem I have is that I can't tell the two of you apart until we get into combat. That's when new Nemix just casts a fireball and then pulls out a sandwich and watches.
And thank you for those +4 gauntlets of sandwich eating, Humble Toes.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, I've been thinking, maybe the 2 Nemixes could wear different clothing so we could tell them apart when they aren't in combat.
Yeah, like instead of wearing a blue robe, I could wear a purple robe.
I don't like that idea.
Well, what's wrong with it?
I look terrible in purple.
Well, I'm sure we will figure out something. And good news, original Nemix can cast 5th level spells now.
That is good news. Gog expects there's some sort of greater fireball spell at 5th level. Nemix could cast spell that is just as good as when Nemix and new Nemix cast fireball at the same time.
Well, no, but there is something else that I think you'll like, Gog.
What could be better than 2 Nemixes casting 2 fireball spells?
Casting a fireball spell and then eating a sandwich?
You have simple needs, don't you?
The wish was pretty specific.
Wait. Gog wished that new Nemix would enjoy sandwiches?
It was subtext.
Okay, all right. Look, in any case, let me tell you about my new spell. Summon Elemental.
Oh, you can summon helium?
Or gold? What about gold?
Or ruthenium?
No, not summon element. Summon elemental. Like an earth elemental, or an air elemental, or a fire elemental, Gog.
What about helium elemental?
That's basically just an air elemental.
Well, yes, summon one of those. We can make it to use everyone in pub talk in a funny voice.
No, that's not a good idea, Gog. You see, I have to concentrate on the elemental, or it will break free from my control and try to attack and kill us.
I realize that I'm not too knowledgeable about magic, but that sounds like a far worse spell than a fireball.
Well, there are risks, sure, but if I maintain concentration, I can get the elemental to attack our enemies, which makes it a permanent fireball spell that only burns what I want it to burn.
I prefer my fireball spell because it explodes and hurts everyone in the radius, including party members, and then once it explodes...
You get a sandwich.
Exactly.
But Imagine a fireball spell that just attacks our enemies instead of possibly hurting all of us.
Unless you lose control, then it can hurt us.
But that's what the wall of ice is for. If the fire elemental gets out of control, I put the wall of ice between us and it.
What about a water elemental?
Wall of fire!
Or a fireball spell if I haven't cast it yet.
Earth elemental?
Stone to mud.
Air elemental.
Balloons.
You know, actually, this gives me an idea.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, we just spent 6 days in the dungeons of infinite regenerating kobolds, so Nemix would earn enough experience to advance a level, correct?
Yes.
Because kobolds are basically the only thing that Nemix can reliably kill.
Same with me.
Obviously. Now, defeating an elemental is worth a lot more experience than defeating 1,000 kobolds, yes?
Yes, the math checks out.
But Grandy, you said yourself, I can't reliably kill anything except kobolds.
That is usually true, yes, usually true, but if you summoned a fire elemental and then lost concentration, it would want to kill you, correct?
Yes, they hate being summoned from their plane of existence.
But if you put a wall of ice between you and the fire elemental, it would die trying to get through the wall of ice, wouldn't it?
Most of the time, yes, the amount of damage they take is random for some strange reason.
But if one made it through, the rest of us could easily finish it off, couldn't we?
I think so.
So, all we have to do is find a long, narrow room, and Nemix can just keep summoning fire elementals and then putting them behind a wall of ice, and they will kill themselves trying to reach him.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. As a paladin, summoning a creature that isn't inherently evil just to kill it feels a little, what do I say, psychotic?
My favorite kind of plan. I'm good with it.
Can we do something similar with Helium Golem? It would scream in such a high-pitched voice.
Well, I'd get kicked out of my temple if anyone heard about it.
Not true.
What do you mean?
Nemix, what happens to elementals when they sustain too much damage?
They return to their plane of origin.
And do elements like it on this plane?
No, they hate it.
So, we wouldn't be killing the elementals. We'd just be returning them to their plane of origin, which is where they want to be anyway. If you think about it, we're doing them a service.
Well, that sounds perfectly fine then.
Yes, my objection is withdrawn.
And if we did it with a water elemental, I could use my fireball spell to gain experience.
You can't level up.
I can't? Well, how am I supposed to get better at sandwich eating? Right now, I can't eat a sloppy Joe without getting it all over my robe.
Oh, that's how we tell them apart. New Nemix has Sloppy Joe on robe.
All right, it's settled then. We'll get some rest, then help Nemix kill several... yes, right. Return several elementals to their preferred plane of existence. And then we shall prepare to assault the citadel of frost giants who are immune to fireball spells.
Hey! Aw, man. Okay, here's your 6 regular ales and 1 expensive ale.
These all look exactly the same.
They are.
Then what's the difference?
Yours costs twice as much.
Gog have what she having.
That was The After Party Part 8 by Tim Wick. Up next is Crop Circles, a new script by our favorite sound effects technician, Jerry Stearns.
Well, you got us breathing easier down here now that you're breathing easier up there, Scotty. Capcom agrees you guys have done a great job on building Bradbury Station. The whole country is watching the base get settled. We think you all deserve a break.
10 forward. We'll check in again at 2200 hours, Mars time. Bradbury Station out.
Scotty, Why do you always say that to Houston?
What? 10 forward, 10 forward, right? It's not so obscure, but he's gonna get somebody's gonna get it sooner or later. I know it.
Sure, 16 minutes from now it'll arrive at Houston and everyone in the room will start laughing.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Come on.
Ooh, any road, I agree with Capcom. I could use a break and a cannabis lemonade.
Oh, good idea. I'll get a couple from the cooler.
Excuse me, which of you is the leader here?
Holy crap! Who's he?
What is he? Is it a he?
How did you get in here?
Oh, is it a press conference? Let us see. Who? My name? With that mouth? You could not pronounce it. You may call me Mook. What is he? And I am a he. I am small and green and do not have prominent eyes. So I would say little green man fits, but bug-eyed monster does not fit. How? You carried me inside a case with some equipment I did not recognize. Over there.
And again, holy crap!
And you speak English?
Yes, we have been studying you for some time. Your broadcasts are in our public domain.
So, what do you want?
Oh, I am sorry. I should have made that clear. This is an alien abduction.
Oh no, not again.
What? You've been abducted before?
Yes, 7 times.
That does not show up on your service record, mister.
Yeah, well, nobody asked, and I didn't think it would help me get this gig. Do you?
He's got a point.
Well, yeah, he does have a point, and he's right. But I can see how he might be helpful in this situation. Experience counts.
For the record, would you identify yourselves?
Sure. I'm known as Scotty. I'm the mission chief. He's Podge, short for Hodgepodge, a mission non-specialist, and she's Carrie,
Carrington.
pilot and geologist.
Pleased to meet you all.
Are you going to handcuff us or something?
They don't do that.
Oh no, I am quite capable of incapacitating you if necessary. It's not going to be necessary, is it?
No, not at all. We don't need any trouble.
What are you going to do to us? Podge, what are they going to do?
They did different stuff each time to me. Once I spent several hours in a big bouncy house in a jungle. I sure don't know what that was all about.
I have not been informed of the itinerary myself, but it should be not unpleasant or anything. And it is only you two, not Scotty. We cannot use him. He is too tall.
Too tall?
Yes, he does not fit on the slab.
Slab? What, like a sacrificial altar?
Oh, I am sorry. Perhaps that is the incorrect word. I refer to a laboratory work surface.
Oh, OMG, are you going to use probes?
Oh, no. I have a tricorder.
Okay, everybody freeze. This is a stick-up.
Oh, no, what the hell?
Another one?
Pipe down, missy, or I'll scrag you for sure.
It's not another one. It's a different one. More brown, extra eyes, and they don't look like the same species.
He is a Zagrafragit, not from around these parts.
Very good, Greenie. I'm called Bogey, and you keep out of it. I'm just here to do a snatch job.
Okay, so wait, you're not with him?
Oh, certainly not. We do not associate with Zags. They're from a bad part of the galaxy, on the other side of the Bludgeon Nebula.
Where's that?
It's none of your business. Come on, Greenie. You know you're not supposed to give away any location info.
I am Mook, and I have not. They know nothing of the galaxy. This is the farthest they have gotten from their home. It is only one planet over.
Oh, really? I wonder what the lab guys want with these geeks then.
Oh, wait a minute. You're here to abduct us too?
Oh, yeah. Abduct, snatch. Yeah, it's a pickup and delivery gig. I'd rather be abducting classic muscle cars, but yeah, you take what you can get. So, you two, over there.
Which two?
Oh, you and you. Oh, not the big one. He'll take up too much room in the pod.
I'm beginning to feel a little rejected here.
I think you've got the makings of a discrimination suit, Captain.
Thank you.
Are there laws governing alien abductions?
I beg to differ, Bogey. I was here first.
Tough bananas, Mookie. By the way, what are bananas? I keep hearing of them in the broadcast, but I've never seen one up close.
Well, it's yellow and it's
Quiet, Carrie.
Oh, that sounds...
We're not supposed to give any information away on classified military things.
Classified?
Right, Podge. Name, rank, and serial number. No more.
But I thought that a banana.
Knock it off, Mook. Whose side are you on, anyway?
Side? Side of what?
Oh, I get it. Yeah, Mook. Which team are you backing in this great interstellar conflict? Are you with the Zags or the Federation?
Yeah, that's right. The Great Federation of Planets.
But that is.
Zip it, Mook. It's pretty clear that Bogey's big broadcasts are way out of date. They haven't heard of how we took over this quadrants.
Conflict. I was just supposed to pick up a couple of these little backward life forms and bring them back to the lab, that's all. I don't know anything about no war.
It's not really a war. Yet. Not many planets have been vaporized at this stage. The others all know how powerful the Federation is.
That's right. In all the alien places I visited, they recognize that resistance is futile.
Yeah, don't give me that malarkey. You haven't been anywhere.
Sure I have. Here, take a look at this. It's my alien abduction rewards card. Mook here was just about to punch number 8. 2 more and I get a weapons upgrade in the next engagement.
That's right. It's the Iron Man suit, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Full body protection, planet killer cannons, warp drive, home cooked meals.
Jeez, I hope so.
That's the equipment that Mook didn't recognize when he snuck in here. Right, Mook?
I guess so.
Enough! The greenie just said that you're only from one planet over. There's no federation. Like he said, resistance is futile. Get over it. You're plucked.
I'm afraid I see no alternatives.
Hey, if you're abducting us too, then can you punch number 9 on my card?
No, I'm not abducting you too. I'm abducting you instead. Mookie can go jump in a crater.
That is territorial infringement, strictly against the laws governing the alien abduction industry.
Abduction industry? Boy, this space travel stuff sure is an education.
Come on! You know, we've been abducting humans for years. On your planet, we have to go through all that rigmarole, you know, crop circles as distractions, rigging a saucer to look like a weather balloon. I was so pleased to hear that you were coming to us this time.
He is correct. This was supposed to be a gentle wind.
Wind?
He means breeze.
So they sent you to abduct more humans?
Actually, when they said I was coming to Mars, I thought it was to pick up some Martians.
There are still some among our kind that do not believe anything can live on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But what will you do with us?
It depends on which organization wins the lottery and gets custody of you.
And yet again, holy crap!
Oh, yes. There are laboratories for, testing. And there is a catalog sector which will grill you for juicy information on celebrities, recipes, and appliance repair tips.
Yeah, mostly it's a catch and release program. You'll only be gone a few days.
Well, are those Earth days or Mars days?
What the hell difference does that make?
Look, I'm just asking, okay? I'm the one that's going to be alone, just like Michael Collins.
And another one arrives. It's bigger, too.
Hold! Thou shalt not pass!
What?
Pretty good, huh?
As good as that wizard guy, I could have played him easy.
See, now that surely fits in the bug-eyed monster category.
And they said, oh, you're not going to need any weapons up there. No, there's nothing to defend against. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's really getting to be a holy crap sort of kind of day.
All right, so, welcome, alien. I am called Scotty.
Yeah. I know who you are, Captain. And Carrie and
Carrington.
Hodge. I've been monitoring the CCTV as I came in. I know these two pipsqueaks are here to abduct you. Wait, where's the other one?
I am right here.
No, the other one. He's around here. There you are.
Ah, put me down.
Quit flailing about. I'm not going to hurt you. Jeez.
So what are you doing here?
I am called Pickle Fix,
course
and
you
I
are.
am the casting agent for Crop Circles. It's a huge hit in other parts of the galaxy I'm not supposed to talk about.
Crop circles. You mean like giant artworks in fields of wheat?
Yeah, it's the show logo. It's the top-rated alien abduction reality TV show. We're looking for contestants for next season.
And you're casting about for some cream of the crop human contestants?
Oh, Lord, no. We've done humans to death, literally. Shut up, Shorty.
So you want non-human contestants?
Yeah, the prize money is quite generous. And really, most of the humans died from their own carelessness. Are you interested?
No! Help!
Not really. I've never been the athletic type.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it looks like you're planning to abduct the abductors.
I just love to watch them squirm when they figure it out.
That's not at all nice.
I know, but it is fun. Actually, I want to hire you.
Hire us?
Yes, you two have lots of experience in finding and picking up all kinds of species. I could use some of your expertise.
Wait, so it's not an actual abduction? It's head hunting?
Exactly.
You bastard! Okay, what's it pay?
There's a contract on my desk back at the studio. I think you'll like our offer when we get back there.
I just bought a new yurt. Am I going to have to relocate?
No, you can work from anywhere, though there will be a lot of travel involved. Have you done wormholes before?
No, but I have my own barf bag just in case.
Good plan. I never needed one myself.
Well, I got to admit, I'm pretty relieved at how this is all turning out.
Yeah, I have trouble sleeping on an unfamiliar air mattress.
Oh, man, we are certainly going to have a story to tell Houston when they check in.
Oh, no. You can't tell anyone about this.
Why not?
Well, we can't afford to give away anything about the new season of shows. We need a maximum anticipation factor, no leaks.
Oh, really? And what will you do to keep us from blabbing?
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself.
I'm sure we can come to some arrangement. What would be something you need here at the station? Extra oxygen, home-cooked meals?
Well, there is one thing that we talked about the whole flight out, right, Carrie?
Carrington. Oh, yeah. I think I'm following you, Podge.
Yeah, I'd take that.
All right, how much is this going to cost me?
Well, we knew when they selected us to be the first Mars crew that we were going to be right next to the highest mountain in the solar system, Olympus Mons.
Yes, and they never let us bring our own. We need some skis.
All right. So here's the deal. Listen up. We want 2 pair each of correctly sized Captain Flight Plan mountain skis with bindings that will fit our spacesuit boots.
And an assortment of ski waxes.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the conditions are going to be up there.
Oh, and can you get us a wood fireplace so we can have a ski chalet corner here in the station?
Now, Carrie, that won't work.
Carrington.
There's oxygen usage and a venting problem.
How about a video fireplace and an electric heater?
Yeah, that'll have to do. Is that asking too much?
No, it's letting me off a lot cheaper than I thought when I first saw that evil smile on your face. Skis and a fireplace is doable. Is a 50-inch screen okay?
Perfect.
Consider it done.
Excellent.
Mr. Picklefix, even though you weren't going to abduct us, would you mind punching the last spot on my alien abductions reward card? I get a prize, I think.
Sorry, kid, we don't recognize their stupid coupons.
Oh, dang.
Okay, you two munchkins, are you ready to head back to Studio 42 and sign some contracts?
I guess so.
Lead on, boss.
Don't ever call me that again.
Okay, I hear ya.
Say, are you guys familiar with probes? This is, Houston, calling Bradbury Station. Come in, Bradbury Station. This is your 2200 check-in. How's it going up there, guys? Anything new and exciting to report?
Bradbury Station to Houston, we copy. Well, that's not much going on up here. We took a nap and we're just sitting around the old chalet reading comics and dreaming of home-cooked meals and skiing. We'll get back to you if we see any Martians. Okay, Bradbury Station out.
That was Crop Circles by Jerry Stearns. Next up is kind of a preview. You see, I've been working on a new play. It's actually a stage play, not a radio play, and it's called "In Space, No One Can Hear Your Rubber Chicken." It's a steampunk version of Aliens, sort of. It's weird, which it comes as no surprise based on. Anyway, please enjoy this excerpt from "In Space, No One Can Hear Your Rubber Chicken."
Hello. What's all this then? Who are you?
Seaman First Class Eleanor Ripley.
Mm-hmm. And what ship do you serve on, Seaman Ripley?
This one, the Nostromo.
Mm-hmm. And where's the rest of your crew then?
Dead. All dead.
All dead? How did they die?
They were picked off one by one until only I remained.
So you were saying this ship, the Nostromo, was, while at sea, beset by something that proceeded to murder the entire crew, excepting yourself, and has now drifted into the harbour?
That's correct.
Bollocks! Constable!
Yes, sir!
Alert Van Helsing that we have another vampire ship.
Sir!
Blast, I wish we could go one bloody month without a vampire ship. So tell me, Seaman Ripley, when did your ship sail from Transylvania?
We didn't sail from Transylvania. We sailed from America, and it was...
America, you say? Well, I've never heard of an American vampire. Unless... Did you sail from New Orleans?
New York, but
well, that can't be it then, not New York. Only place you'd find a vampire in America would be New Orleans.
Excuse me, but there's no vampire.
No vampire, you say? Oh, you sure?
Quite sure. I saw the monster myself. You see, can I tell the story via flashback? It'd be a lot easier.
Oh, by all means.
You feeling better now that we got that face embracer off you, Kane?
100%. I've eaten so much, it feels like my chest could burst.
Right, I see what you mean. Never known a vampire to do that. Constable?
Yes, sir!
Tell Van Helsing it's a false alarm.
Sir!
So, what can you tell me about the thing?
Oh, it wasn't the thing.
Well, can you describe it?
A clown that lives in the sewers.
A clown? A clown murdered the rest of your crew?
No!
Then can you tell me about the creature?
The creature? The creature's from Lagoa Negra in the Amazon somewhere.
Now, how do you know where they live?
Oh, here, put on these glasses and you'll see.
No, thank you. So, anyway, you sailed to New York from the Amazon with the thing.
It wasn't the thing.
So was it?
A clown that lives in the sewers.
The creature lives in the sewers?
Don't be silly. There are no sewers in the Amazon.
So the thing comes from the Amazon?
It wasn't the thing.
All right, let me try this a different way.
Please.
We know it wasn't a vampire.
I've never heard of a clown that was a vampire.
Do you know where it came from?
The sewers.
No. Where did the thing get on your ship?
It wasn't the thing. But we encountered it in the Azores.
And when did you notice it?
I never noticed it.
But you said you'd seen the creature.
I've never been to the Amazon.
But you said you saw it.
No, I don't spend a lot of time in the sewers either.
Then why did you tell me you saw the thing?
It wasn't the thing.
Van Helsing, sir!
I told you I didn't need Van Helsing.
He was already on his way, sir!
How can I help you, Inspector?
Sorry, old chum. False alarm.
The creature isn't a vampire.
Of course not. The creature is some sort of fish person.
This was definitely not a fish person.
Then what is it?
A clown that lives in the sewers.
Ugh, I'm out. I hate clowns.
So all I know so far is the rest of your crew was killed by some monster from the Azores.
Yes, but I don't think that the monster came from the Azores.
Ah, I see. So not indigenous to the islands. You are saying it is some sort of invasive species.
Sure. That was an excerpt from In Space, No One Can Hear Your Rubber Chicken by Tim Wick. Look for it. Somewhere. Sometime in some sort of future. And speaking of the future, how about a word from our sponsor?
Hi, everyone. You know, because you're all here at CONvergence, we deduce that you are fans of fan conventions. So we brought in two people to tell us about another convention you might find interesting. It's called ChronoCon. So would you two introduce yourselves?
Sure, Tim. I'm Titus Peasnapod, and I'm the con chair of ChronoCon.
And I'm Carol Reeve, head of ChronoCon programming.
Okay, Titus, what is ChronoCon?
It is the Time Travelers Convention. It's finally happening, and it's about time, too.
Geez, he says that every time. Time and time again.
Is this the first ChronoCon?
It's the only one. It's for time travelers. They can attend whenever they want to, so there only needs to be one.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. When and where is it being held?
It's on April 13th and 14th of 1912, aboard Titanic.
Oh, wow, the Titanic. Well, how does that work?
Oh, hey, Titanic is the most requested destination by far for time excursions. Even if they don't know about the convention, they eventually show up there, and we sign them up.
Yes, Titanic was less than half booked for the maiden voyage, so there was plenty of room for us. We estimate that about a third of the actual passengers on board were time travelers. Most of them didn't have tickets either.
Aren't you kind of conspicuous on board?
We would be, but the dealer's room is well stocked with period cosplay and accessories.
Steampunk is very popular.
And we have our own function space in an empty hold below decks.
So, Coral.
No, Carol.
Oh, right.
No, Reef.
Anyway, what's the function space used for at ChronoCon?
Oh, the usual stuff, you know, panels, presentations, and parties. The dealer's room has been mentioned, and the art show.
Oh, that's interesting. What kind of art is at a 100-year-old con?
Visual arts, paintings, postcards, and puzzles, mostly Titanic images. There's a really nice folk art hook rug of Titanic that won a blue ribbon at the Minnesota State Fair back in the 1960s. You know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, neat. And you mentioned panels and programming. What are some topics we might see there?
Oh, people, places, and paradoxes. Comics, cosplay, and chronology. Pythagoras, poetry, and pie.
As in 3.14?
Oh, no, as in pieces of peach pie.
Oh.
I'm on the paradoxes panel. In fact, I'm 3 of the 6 chairs on that one.
Mm-hmm. I'm on the one called Can You Really Hold Time in a Bottle? If so, what kind of a bottle?
And then there's the guest of honor speech.
Oh, who's the guest of honor?
The doctor, of course.
Mm-hmm. He's speaking at the banquet on Can We Afford a Fourth Dimension?
Yeah, and that's late on the last night, so cleaning up after the banquet isn't necessary.
Well, it all sounds like a great time. Thanks for dropping in to tell us about it.
You're welcome. And for CONvergence members only, when you enter the forward hold, ask the question, where does the time go? And we'll give you a discount on registration.
Hey, thanks to Titus and Coral for telling us about ChronoCon.
Carol.
And now back to Big Fun Radio Funtime, already in progress.
Welcome back to the Fan Job Awards, the only award show completely dedicated to the worst people in fandom. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Jennings and Michaela Huffington.
Welcome back. Hey, Michaela. Remember last week when we both agreed to host the show after literally everyone in the industry had said no?
I sure do, Greg. Why, it feels like it was just a few days ago.
It's strange. Nobody else wanted to host this show, isn't it?
It is strange. Why, toxic fans are so important.
Just ask them.
From review bombing female-led films on Rotten Tomatoes to offering their unsolicited Star Wars opinions on someone's post about a cat someone chose to name Ashoka. These gentlemen...
And ladies.
Sure. These gentlemen and ladies help ensure that all of us get to watch the best versions of our favorite properties.
Like a Lord of the Rings where hobbits are a normal height.
Or a Star Wars that's a lot more focused on Anakin Skywalker.
Or a Star Trek where Captain Kirk isn't pansexual.
Oh, I don't think you know what pansexual means, Greg.
Nobody cares, Michaela.
And it's time for our next award.
Best Fan Theory recognizes fans who go above and beyond to make a plot element they find dissatisfying fit their own narrative. Sometimes even using actual storytelling elements, but often just focusing on background effects or extras that can only be seen if you pause an individual aspect of the frame.
And here to present the award for Best Fan Theory are everyone's favorite hobbits, Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee.
Sam, I'm glad you're here with me.
Why, thank you, Mr. Frodo.
The weight of handing out this important award is getting heavier.
Well, why don't you let me carry some of it for you, Mr. Frodo?
No! The award is my burden!
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't you introduce the nominees?
Thank you, Sam. The nominees for Best Fan Theory are Chad Judeness from Helena, Arkansas, for his theory that Tom Bombadil is actually in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, disguised as Gollum. Based on less than 10 seconds of interview footage with Andy Serkis found in the extended edition DVD of The Return of the King.
And here's what Tom Bombadil, played by Gollum, might have sounded like if this fan theory were actually correct.
Tom was here before the rivers and the trees. Tom remembers the first precious raindrop and the first precious acorn. Yes.
Bombadil! Bombadil!
It makes so much sense. Gollum and Tom both refer to themselves in the third person.
Our next nominee is Nicholas Vandergassen from Bar Harbor, Maine, who theorized that Rey from episodes 7, 8, and 9 is actually a force projection of Luke Skywalker, or, quote,
maybe Leia, I'll allow for that possibility.
because there is no way anyone that capable could exist without some sort of outside influence, and Rey is basically just a physical representation of Kathleen Kennedy taking credit for all of George Lucas's work. He made certain to emphasize in his 6-hour YouTube video that it was not because Rey is a girl, okay?
We contacted Mark Hamill for his take on this theory, and here's a recording of his response.
Nicholas points out that is not a denial.
Our third and final nominee is Kyle Opiner from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, for his theory that everything in the film Furiosa is actually just the story Max makes up to explain a car chase he sees in the wasteland. Here's an excerpt from Kyle's podcast where he engages in a debate with George Miller, the creator of the Mad Max saga and director of Furiosa.
It should be noted that Kyle is playing the role of both himself and George Miller.
Okay, so in one scene, we see a man watching the events from a distance. That's right. That man is played by Jacob Tamuri, who is Tom Hardy's stunt double in Fury Road. Isn't that correct? Boy, you really know your Mad Max lore, don't you, Kyle? So it can be reasonably assumed that that man is supposed to be Max himself, isn't it? Well, I don't think that's much of a secret. So then, doesn't it make sense to conclude that the Max we see in the cameo is actually a post-Fury Road Max who's looking over the region that he personally saved without any assistance from Furiosa and imagining her origin, which becomes the basis for the film? Wow, mind blown, Kyle.
My mind was also blown, Sam.
Well, Chad, Nicholas, and Kyle, we can't carry these fan theories ourselves, but we can carry you.
And the fan job goes to Nicholas Vandergassen for his theory that Rey is just a force projection of Luke Skywalker.
Sadly, Nicholas couldn't be here with us tonight because his mom reminded him that it was taco night. He does encourage all of you to check YouTube for his 8-part acceptance speech, which should be up by the end of the week.
Wow, Michaela, those were some pretty great fan theories.
Yes, Greg. It felt like a Disney movie because anything is possible if you just wish hard enough.
That's a great segue to our next award, Michaela.
That's right. It's time to present the award for Best Reason a Disney Princess is the Worst Disney Princess.
Reading the nominations will be actual Disney princesses reading the actual text of the social media posts in which our nominees express their opinions.
Hello, I'm Cinderella, and our first nominee tonight is Brent Shizzle of Lumberton, North Carolina, who wrote, I used to love Cinderella, but then I realized she is really the villain of the story. Who does her house belong to? Given the time period, it passed to Lady Tremaine when her husband died. Yes, he was Cinderella's father, but the laws of succession clearly indicate that Lady Tremaine has no obligation whatsoever to Cinderella, or, as the mice call her, Cinderella. Cinderella is given free room and board, and at no time shows any gratitude for the kindness Lady Tremaine shows her, and, in fact, allows vermin, the aforementioned mice, to run freely through the home. No wonder she isn't permitted to go to the ball. She can hardly be considered responsible enough to care for Lucifer. I can't wait for a Lady Tremaine movie to show everyone what a terrible stepdaughter Cinderella really is. Hashtag worst princess. Hashtag Lady Tremaine forever.
Hello, I'm Aurora, or as I'm better known, Sleeping Beauty. Our second nominee is Vernon Luget from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. He had this to say about my character. The whole Sleeping Beauty story is a dog whistle. Aurora is held captive to the liberal agenda. Her entire life raised by 3 obviously lesbian, or at least bisexual, fairies who tried to stop her from entering into traditional marriage. Maleficent tries to save her by putting her to sleep, but what happens in the end? She gets woke. Hashtag go woke, go broke. Hashtag worst princess.
Hello, I'm Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. Or am I? Our final nominee is Ben Wattistott from OK, Oklahoma, who writes, "Y'all, I can't even with that Mary Poppins B word. She's a complete Mary Sue Poppins, you know. Why the F word? Is she even a Disney princess? Look it. That is literally spelled Lookit. This, y'all. She's getting kids to go fly kites instead of getting them locked into crypto like a R word, B word, S word, hashtag B word, hashtag worst princess, hashtag carpet bagger. I need a new agent.
And the fan job goes to Ben Wattistott.
I'm not even a princess. This is some bull S word.
Ben is unable to accept his award because his 1972 Ford Pinto is in the shop. But he wanted to give a shout out to both of his followers for their unwavering support.
Thanks to all three of you ladies. You know, you all did great, but you would have done better if you had just smiled a little more.
Oh, F word off!
Well, it's almost time for a commercial break, but before we go, we'd like to present an excerpt from one of the evening's nominees for Best Podcast. Here to present the nominee are C-3PO and R2-D2.
Thank you for that wonderful reception. As you well know, I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication, and podcasts are one of those forms.
Beep, beep, whistle, chirp.
That's right, R2. Podcasts have made it so that any loser with an internet connection and a feeling of self-importance can prattle on whether or not anyone is listening. Our next nominee is Good Old Days. This podcast features Zeke Nutter and Wayne Sickwhistle. They have been podcasting since they bonded over the mutual hatred of The Last Jedi, and their podcast focuses on why the oldest creations from any fan franchise are obviously the best.
Beep, chirp, whistle, squeak, questioningly.
They both work part-time as 7-Eleven checkout clerks.
Beep, chirp.
Single.
Beep, beep, squeak.
Streaming mostly.
Chirp, squeak, whistle, beep.
Well, I fail to see how that's relevant.
Beep, boop.
Oh, they still live with their parents, but never mind all that. Here is an excerpt from their recent episode entitled No More Than 4.
I had such high hopes when Doctor Who was coming back.
Right. I'm not old enough to have seen the original episodes or the rebroadcast of the original episodes, but I've read all the novelizations and watched every episode when they came out on PBS, and there were just certain things you could count on with a Doctor Who episode, you know?
Look, I gotta ask, is there a single episode from the 9th Doctor on that is better than a single episode with Doctors 1 through 7?
Not one. All these new doctors with their feelings and their motivations, what's that about?
You know what my doctor needed? A scarf.
Yeah, that's right. Just a scarf.
Yeah, and now everyone is saying things like, the talents of Wang Chang is mildly racist. And I'm like, whoa, is that even racist at all then?
Yeah, why can't you just let people enjoy things, right?
These new Who fans have no respect for the history of the show.
My mom knitted me the 4th Doctor's scarf.
Yeah, mine too, yeah.
Kids these days are expected to knit their own.
And that's not right.
When we come back, we rank the best 7 Doctors And I'll bet you can guess which doctors didn't make the list.
You were so close, Patrick McGann.
You are watching the Fan Job Awards on CBS. After the break, we'll have a presentation of the awards for Best AI-Produced Song about how much Ray sucks. Best Tweet dissing Taylor Swift while also praising Elon Musk. And Best Awkwardly Long Detailed Description of the naked body of an actress on Game of Thrones.
Well, we want to thank everyone who joined us here for CONvergence 2024!
Tonight's show was produced and directed by Tim Wick.
Crop Circles and Chronocon were written by Jerry Stearns.
The After Party Part 8, In Space No One Can Hear Your Rubber Chicken, and the Fan Job Awards were written by Tim Wick.
Our voice actors tonight are Wendy Bowlesby, Angela Fox, Don Krasnowski, Duck Washington, Christopher Jones, Charles Hubble, and Tim Wick.
Our sound effects were created and performed by Jerry Stearns.
We'll be back for CONvergence 2024, but if you enjoyed this performance, you might enjoy Tim's show, A Murder on the Great Grimpenmeyer Express, which will be part of the Minnesota Fringe Festival and has a lot of us in it. Duck will also be presenting Fractured Remembrances as a part of the Twin Cities Horror Festival this fall.
Up next is the 2024 CONvergence opening ceremony. Enjoy your convention, everyone.